And he does this thing a lot where he gets the ball and he says, "Where's my options?" And it's like, bro, you're in the Premier League, like. Jesus, where do I start? I mean, it was so bad that I've had to come out for a walk. I mean, it's funny, I did a Twitter poll yesterday evening saying, you know, would we take a point, or, you know, would you want to risk, not risk, but, you know, would you want to fight for the 3 points? And, you know, the overwhelming majority did say that they want to fight for the 3 points, and I can get that. I fully get it. You know, we are on form other than Anfield and the bad start, and United aren't. Simple as that. They're going for a real rough patch, and 3 points should have been ours. You know, we could have been 8 points above them. Now it's only 2, and you can't help but think why it's a reoccurring issue when we go to Old Trafford. We always seem to be on form when we go, and United aren't during that period whenever we do go to Old Trafford, and the same old story always shows. You know, we just don't turn up. Look, well, where do we start? We'll start with the goal. First goal, a bit clumsy one. It was all really interesting. I mean, I would have been really interested if Atkinson had blown his whistle before, because I don't think it would have stood, and I would have been fucking fuming. But it did. Should we have given the goal back? No, I don't think it was serious enough. I can't remember. I think it was Patrice Evram or Alan Shearer said at half time, you know, if it was a serious injury, you may have considered it. But considering De Gea got straight back up, it was their own player who fouled them. I don't think we should have given one back, and too right we didn't. Went then the other side, we're playing all right, and I don't know why we sit back when we go 1 or 2 up. Like, United are so obviously there for the taking, so obviously they're making so many errors. We set up so well with the press when they're at the back. I just don't understand why we sat back, you know, and we don't be brave, and we be that big team mentality. I know we're going for this phase, but if you want to be a big team, you got to have the mentality of, like, we are going to kill you. Like, we are going to come here, we're going to win 2, 3, 4-0. But we sat back, and it led to the second goal. Could say Tomiyasu's fault. Could even say Ramsdale could have got a hand to it. But, you know, it is what it is. Half time, I thought we were going to come out really strong. We did. We had a really good chance from the corner, and then Ronnie cropped up as he always does, doesn't he, and scored. You know, I don't like having scapegoats, and he's not a scapegoat. I'm not, you know, scapegoating him, but it's pretty similar to Anfield, the way Tavares lost that ball. Yeah, heartbreaking stuff. Right, lost the ball. Not good by him at all. And yeah, I think Tierney will now come into the picture come Monday night. Then we came back with an unbelievable goal, I thought, to be honest. Started off away from Partey, who in my opinion had a really poor game. Passed it to Martinelli, who did a first time pass, sensational pass to Odegaard, and Odegaard in his weak foot. Like, you can't complain with those type of things. It was out of the training ground. And yeah, it was 2-2 at that point. Celebrated it pretty hard. I mean, I was pretty happy with Aubameyang picking up the ball, and I thought we'd go back, but seems like we're happy with that. Anyway, down the other end, Odegaard then gives away a penalty, a stonewaller, no doubt about it. It was an absolute shocking challenge. You probably could have said Tomiyasu had a foul in the first half and we could have got a penalty, but not enough to change it. Odegaard's was a clear penalty. And that was the game, really. We had a few chances. There was a few with Saka in the second half. When he came on, he looked really good. But Ali McCoist actually said, you know, he was playing pretty deep. I think it was a plan. I genuinely was, because we were hitting some really long balls, and I think we knew that. I think it's Tellez kind of gets caught with the striker, as he usually does, and then, you know, you'd always leave a spare man behind. So I think it was part of the plan, but the execution just wasn't there. There was a couple of chances. Just decision making was a real problem today. And that was the game, pretty much. United managed it well, to be fair, after that. But yeah, that was the game. And then going from back to forward, Ramsdale had a decent game enough. Didn't have a lot to do other than a few saves straight at him. There was nothing too sensational, but good nonetheless. Right back, Tomiyasu was fairly consistent. He hasn't been great against the big teams, and he was okay today. Centre backs were okay, nothing special. I mean, the marking for Ronaldo's first goal, United second, his first. He was just left there in the middle, wasn't he? I think he was in between Partey and Ben White, and he's just there. And he got us asking questions of why he's even, you know, in that position all alone. And then you go to the left back, and that's Nuno. I think we said it before that he will probably get dropped from that. Tierney will come in, and rightly so. And we'll see how it goes with him, to be honest. We'll give him a run a game, obviously. I'll be really surprised if Nuno stays. Centre mids, El Neni was a really surprising pick, in my opinion. I think everyone agrees with that. I know he had a really good game last year against United, but bringing him now after, like, with Sambi and Maitland-Niles both on the bench, you know, both young blood out there. I think we really could have done with both of them, or either of them, and we chose El Neni. It was okay. It's El Neni is El Neni. He doesn't take any risks, and he does this thing a lot where he gets the ball and he says, where's my options? And it's like, bro, you're in the Premier League. Like, the defenders aren't just going to leave gaps open. It's not going to be as easy as you think it is. But that's who he is, and you know, he's okay at doing that. He can play the sideways pass, but to really inject it, I think Sambi and Maitland-Niles both could have done a better job there. Partey, so many completed passes. I'm gonna have a look after this how his percentage was of, you know, passing. It was just so poor. He had obviously that really good breakthrough pass to get to Martinelli for the Odegaard goal, but my God, just constant, like, disruption of play and giving it back to them. So that kind of killed us. And then we move on to Odegaard. Odegaard played well, I thought. He done the pressing in the first, like, 10-15 minutes really well. And obviously scored the goal, which you can't complain about. Emil Smith-Rowe, other than the goal, he was really quiet. And I think that's part of his growth at the moment, where he gets really quiet during games. And it's hard to liven him back up, you know? He's either really, really good, or he's just a little bit, you know, not with it. So he obviously came off for Saka later on, and his goal was his biggest highlight. Moving on. Right, we had on the right Martinelli. Wow, great game. Real spark for us. Really good skill. Even when he moved to the left, when Saka came on, really good stuff. That first touch pass as well to Odegaard. You can't really complain about things like that at all. Aubameyang. Fuck me, man. That guy. Like, I know he was offside. And it's an easy one, isn't it, to keep saying, oh, he's missing these big chances. And to be fair, he's missed chances all his life. And he scores just as many, which usually does well. But the fact that he's not scoring is highlighting these misses even more. So he's got to really fix up. Then Saka came on, did all right, like we spoke about. He did a few bits at the end. As Ali said, maybe he could have been a little bit closer. And then the other two didn't really have much of a part. Eddie played a decent ball to Gabby, and Lacazette did okay. A few too many flicks. I just don't like his flicks. When they come off, they're really good, but when they don't, it's so irritating, because you're on the fucking attack. Just relax, you know, take a touch, see what's around you, and then pass. But anyway, look, that's the main breakdown of the game. Really disappointing. 3 points were there. We now move on to Everton. Should be a routine win, but like I said before the Newcastle game, as much as you'd think Everton and United are easy games, they're just not. Just purely because of us, and we bring it on ourselves. And we really needed a big away win. I know we had one at Leicester, which was really good, but we really needed one at a big ground, just to settle a few nerves, because you can tell we're nervous in games like this, which we just need to dust off, really. But perspective is key. Just as much we probably wouldn't get overexcited over a win, or I wouldn't want to get overexcited over a win, I'm not going to get too demoralised by a loss. It is what it is. Man, Terry Henry actually said before the game how we're only beating the teams we should beat and we're losing to the ones we should lose. United out of that picture, so that was before the game. United is definitely one we should have drawn or beat. But I'm okay with that. Like, I know he's not okay with that, and he's being really harsh, and I get where he's coming from. We've got to have a big club mentality, and we will get that. But I think you've got to be realist as well. And if you look at Arsene Wenger, and when we got top four with him, very rarely did we go to these teams and, you know, beat them. Maybe one top six or a couple top sixes per season, but the way we got those top fours was by beating the teams we should beat, and we're doing that. So perspective, keep winning those games, keep working on winning the big games, and we'll get there. We will. And you know, top 6 is our aim. That is our aim. That's our realistic aim, and top 4 is a possibility. But let's see what happens. That's my analysis. I will be at the game on Monday, so I'll do a match day vlog then to bring you guys along. If you like my opinions, if you like the content, give this a like, give me a subscribe, share with your mates, and yeah, just have a little bit of perspective. That's my closing thoughts. Perspective.